So the next question is from Nancy, and Nancy asks, how to engage with hopelessness? Is it secondary or a protective reaction? How do I look underneath it?
Beautiful. As you said, her question, Nancy's question, and hopelessness, a little water pinged into my eyes.
Oh.
So hard when our clients or we feel hopeless. And hopelessness is tricky because we don't want to amplify it. So from that perspective, we don't think of it as primary. We think of it as usually defensive/protective or secondary. It becomes a block. I would say hopelessness, my quick meaning, and you can wonder about this with your client, is a result of unprocessed pain and fear. Unprocessed sadness, unprocessed disappointment, sadness that never feels felt by the ones who matter most to me. And I have no choice but to just hold my own pain, fear, sadness, whatever the word is the client accepts, whatever the phenomenon is that's closest to their experience of their own sensations. And if I'm by myself in it and they don't get it, I'm going to end up feeling hopeless. And so we go closer and let me hold your hopelessness and let's unpack hopelessness. And hopelessness is a soup of emotion, unprocessed pain, unprocessed sad. Could you help me know your hopelessness more?
Just like we did with shame.
Just like we did with shame. And in fact, many people would say hopelessness and shame are two sides of the same coin. They're very, very similar experiences. Maybe one client uses the word shame, or one clinician uses the word shame, and the other client/clinician uses the word hopelessness. They're very similar intrapsychic phenomenons.
Yeah. And you just said something that I hadn't thought about exactly like this before. If I'm left alone with my pain and fear and no one comes for me, then it is going to turn into hopelessness. I'm not going to just have the pain and fear alive inside of me, just ongoing.
Hopelessness makes perfect sense when it's too risky or dangerous to hope that somebody will come when I call. So to use your example, if I'm left alone with my pain and fear, and I eke out a sound, as Mika Lancer and Shaver encouraged us to do. It's not about trauma history per se, but in my moments of need, can I eke out a sound that tells us about the prognostic indicators for trauma recovery? Yeah. I eke out a sound and no one hears me.
Yeah.
Hopelessness is my BFF.
Yeah.
It's a way I shut myself down, which here I am talking about the same or neurological underpinnings of shame. I shut myself down.
Yeah. And it just hits me that as you just said, and we've talked about, hope can be so dangerous.
Totally. Hope. I gotta get it. What you just said, hope can be so dangerous for the heart to let in as a possibility, for the brain to hold. That's for other people. That's what my brain just said. That for if I put myself in a client position, that's for other people. Hope, I can't afford to be hopeful because that's a luxury.
Yeah.
So then it helps me when I take that frame, then it helps me like be human with my client's hopelessness.
Yes, exactly. For more hot tips on emotionally focused therapy, go to theeftcafe.com and sign up for our newsletter where you will receive short little clips like the one you just watched.